Hi there. Hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, we're going to solve some questions involving monthly repayment. Of course, there's a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one. Liliana wants to borrow money to buy a house. The bank sent her an email with the following table attached. So this is the monthly repayment for the amount of money that she borrowed. So for example, if she borrowed $80,000 for 120 months, that is 10 years. So every month she had to pay this amount, okay? Or if she want to borrow $110,000 for 30 years, that means 360 months, she had to pay this, okay? Every month she had to pay $807.14, okay, for the next 360 months, okay? So let's get into the question. Part 1. Liliana decides that she can afford $1,000 per month on repayments. What is the maximum amount she can borrow and how many years will she have to repay the loan? To work out the maximum borrowing capacity, so she had to extend the life of the loan. For example, so if she want to pay back the amount within 10 years, so therefore she can only borrow $80,000 because she can only afford to pay back that amount, because from this onward is above $1,000 per month. So therefore that beyond her ability. But then she can maximize her borrowing capacity by increasing the number of years, okay, for repayment. So for example, for 15 years, she can repay this amount, and then this is the amount that she can borrow. That means $100,000. But then if she increased the loan to 20 years, so that means every month she paid this much, and she can afford to borrow $110,000. So therefore, to maximize the borrowing capacity, she can increase the loan to 30 years. So this means that she can pay this amount, and then this is the amount she can borrow. So that is the answer. So let me just answer it. Part 1. So therefore, the maximum $130,000. So there you go. And how many years to pay back the loan? So and so there you go. Part 1. Part 2. Zali intends to borrow $160,000 over 15 years from the same bank. If she chooses to borrow $160,000 over 20 years instead, how much more interest will she pay? So to work out how much more interest she needs to pay, so what we need to do is we need to work out the total repayment for 15 years and the total repayment for 20 years. And then we just find the difference. That's all it is, okay? So first of all, for $160,000 and for 15 years, so her monthly repayment is this amount. So that means $1,529.04. Okay, let me just write this down. So for 15 years, her monthly repayment is $1,529.04. So that is every month. So for 12 months, because 12 months in a year, so that is for 1 year. But she paid for 15 years, so we just times by 15. So that will give me, so I just go 1529.04 times 12 times 15. So that is $275,227.20. So $275,227.20. Now for 20 years, so we know that for 20 years, she has to pay $1,338.30 for each month. So for 12 months in a year, so we times 12. So that is every year she has to pay that much, but then she pay for next 20 years, so we times by 20. So that is equal to, so I just go 1338.30, we times by 12 times 20. So that is $321,192. $321,192. So there you go. So the difference between 15 and 20 year is, so just write interest is equal to so that is equal to, so I just go answer minus 275,227.20. So there you go. So that is $45,964.80. So therefore 45964.08. So therefore $45,964.80 more. Please pause the video and try this one yourself if you can. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through it with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first of all, we need to note that he borrowed $150,000 and the period of the loan is 20 years. So we go 20 years is in this column here. And the interest rate is 7% per annum. So this is the percentage. So the interest rate is 7% per annum. So this is the amount she need to pay. So that is, he had to pay $7.75 every $1,000 he borrow. Okay, this table here is per $1,000. But then he borrowed $150,000. So let me just set this up for you first. So every $1,000 he borrow, Aaron has to pay $7.75. But then he borrowed $150,000. So $150,000. So from here to here, we times by 150, correct? Otherwise, you can just go 150,000 divided by 1,000. Should give you 150. Okay, so we times by 150, and we need to do the same thing on the right-hand side. So times by 150. So I just go 7.75 times 150. So that is $1,162.50. $1,162.50. So therefore, part 2. How much interest does he pay over 20 years? To work it out, we just need to find the total repayment minus the amount that he borrowed. That is $150,000. Okay, so just write out repayment. That is equal to, so that is every month. So for 1 year, that is 12 months. Then for 20 years, so we just times by 20. So that is equal to, so I just go answer times 12 times 20. $279,000. So that is how much he's had to pay altogether. So to work out the interest, we just find the difference between the repayment and the amount that he borrowed. and minus 150,000. That is how much she borrowed. So that is equal to, so I just go answer minus 150,000. So there you go, $129,000. That is the interest. So there you go. Part 3. Aaron calculates that if he repaid the loan over 15 years, his total repayment would be $242,730. How much interest would he save by repaying the loan over 15 years instead of 20 years? To work out how much interest he saved, we just need to work out the total repayment for 20 years minus the total repayment for 15 years. And he's already calculated that the total repayments for 15 years is this, and we already work out the total repayment for 20 years in part 2. Okay, so now we just need to find the difference. So I just write interest saved. So for 20 years, the repayment is $279,000, and we minus, for 15 years, the total repayment is $242,730. So that is equal to 279,123 minus 242,730. That is $36,270. There you go. I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.